real quick, man, for me, the running back screens is something that they do really well. You obviously heard me talk about it a couple weeks ago versus the Colts when we were coming into that matchup. Even last week against the Jaguars, it pops up a lot. Or not the Jaguars, excuse me, but it pops up a lot for them on their tape in terms of. No, I was right. Yeah, I ain't tripping on that. Yeah, because Baltimore. Yeah. But with the running back screen game, man, more importantly, number 30, Chase Brown, if he does play, I know he was listed as questionable at one point, but if he does play, he's their big screen guy. They do an excellent job of running those type of plays, and they do it to kind of offset the pressure that they can allow because their O-line, it has some deficiencies. That's a nice way to put it. But to me, man, you got to watch out for that. I think their skill players are doing skill players type stuff. They make their QB right. Jake Brown and his, scrambling, nowhere to go. He'll throw something crazy, and T. Higgins jumps out the sky, catches it, falls away, reverse, boom, touchdown. You're like, bro, what? What did I just see? You see him late, throw it across the middle. T-Boy pop up, pop, catch it. Big play. It's that type of stuff that's going on with them dudes, man.
Joe Flacco's been doing that with the Browns,
that's
too.
Another
just throwing the ball
example.
with his eyes closed.
And you're like, what? That worked? And you be like, I guess so. T. Higgins then went and jumped and caught this one on this guy. Or, Tyler Boyd then jumped and did this. Joe Mixon then took this swing pass and and now he done picked up 15. So the skill players are still the skill players, and we know exactly who they are. And then the last thing for me is their the pressure package that they have when they go with the double mug look. Specifically, you see it whenever they want to, confuse the quarterback. Why is it good? Because you walk up the linebackers and everybody looks like it's cover zero. It confuses a lot of offensive lines, and they don't have an issue dropping out D linemen as well and blitzing their inside linebackers. I think they do that really, really well, specifically in the D lineman. I think that specifically killed in that process is B.J. Hill, Trey Hendrickson, and obviously Sam Hubbard. Those three really stand out in those packages in terms of creating that type of pressure. So, yeah, off the top of my head, them some things that, like I said, we just got to be a little bit aware of, man. A little bit aware of. What you got on your end, man? How you feeling?
I mean, do I include Browning as a strength?
He's interesting.
I had him as a weakness last time we did this. Has he turned the tables?
It is very interesting right now, bro.
The reason I got him as a strength is because it feels like he's got the Bengals team believing that they can actually go on a little bit of a run and make the playoffs.
All of them look way more
I'm not
inspired.
saying he's that amazing. I do think he's overhyped. People are fawning over him way too crazy, but he's not playing bad.
Yeah.
He's not playing bad. He's playing fearless out there. And he is throwing some like jump balls. Like, hey, my guy's down there. I think he's going to win. But then I've also might have witnessed one of the better passes I've seen from a quarterback this year, and one of the throws he made against the Vikings. It was like in the first quarter. I'm not going to get too descriptive about it. Yeah, I think it was to Jamar Chase. It was like zones on the sideline.
He's talking about?
Yeah. I was like, what? Wait, this dude made that throw.
And Chase went and beat the defender over the tight right at the end and caught on the sideline. Yeah. It was a dime.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Anticipation, touch.
Yeah.
The fence ball where you throwing it over there. Yeah, it was beautiful, bro.
I think I got to include him as a strength now. I think I do, because he's actually got the Bengals looking like a legit team, just based off his play, just based off his presence. Even like I thought, once Burrow got hurt, it was over, completely over. And that's what I said is, one of the strengths and weaknesses for their team way back whenever we did the preview a month ago. I was like, they don't have Joe Burrow, they got Browning. It's over. Season's over for the Bengals. All morale's gone. You heard the interview that Jamar Chase did, like the week after. He's like, I don't know where we go from here. But now, Browning, based off his play, got this team believing. I would also say their position players, their offensive weapons. We've talked about that all the time. Yeah. Boyd, Higgins, Mixon, even without Jamar Chase, they still got some guys. Yeah. And then lastly, their front on defense with Hendrickson. He's having a career year. Even though we thought his career year was with the Saints a few years ago. Yeah, he's having a resurgence.
Seriously, dude.
As he's aging. So, I think their pass rush, their front seven, they got some decent linebackers. I wouldn't say their linebackers are all world, but they're quality.
Yeah. Nah, respect. All right. You done with your strengths?
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, so for weaknesses, man, I look at them specifically. The inside run. When you're talking about running the ball on them, that's where you're going to have your best chance of running. And it's real specific, too. And this has been on tape ever since DJ Reader has went down. Wherever BJ Hill is, if you run to the opposite tackle, you got a great chance to pick up yardage. The Minnesota Vikings did it almost every single time they wanted to run the ball. And you look at them on the ground.
We did good against them, too.
Okay. It is real simple. If you run it at BJ Hill, you need to be ready to belly it back and cut it back off of him. If you run it away, man, it's going to hit downhill. Opposite of that, whoever is opposite of BJ Hill. And they use multiple guys over there, but none of those dudes really can anchor versus the one-on-one block, and they give up a ton of moving versus the double team. Now, the linebackers do a great job of offsetting some of that. The DNs are really good in terms of being stout against the run, and obviously BJ Hill is too. But that's the soft spot. That's the spot to attack in terms of when we talk about weaknesses, in terms of how we want to run at them. The next part, man, I said that QB takes reckless chances. And what I mean is, some of them throws, I'm like, all right, like the Jamar Chase one, I'm like, that was a clean throw. Some of these other ones, I'm like, bro, if the defender is looking at what he's supposed to be looking at, these are interceptions. In a game like this, for a team like us, them the situations we got to take advantage of. And then the last part for me was their pass protection as an offensive line. Part of why they do the quicker West Coast style, get it out, part of why they do so much screen game is because you can't tell if you're winning a pass rush or if they're allowing you on a screen because of how, they don't really win one-on-one blocks. So to offset it, they quick release you. They'll get them running backs. They'll dump it to them, or they'll go with that screen game because it's going to feel to the pass rusher like you're winning your rush. And the whole time, that's by design. That's what they want. So that's part of why their screen game is so good. So, like I said, that's one of the things with me, man. But yeah.
Weakness, I'm still going to say no Joe Burrow. We'll just say injuries. No Joe Burrow. They're going to be missing Jamar Chase this game. That's a big deal.
Two heck of a players right there, man.
We knew Joe Burrow was going to be out, so more on Jamar Chase being out. Like, that's definitely a favor for the Steelers.
Yeah.
And then defense, not only in the run game, they give up a fair amount of yards. They'll let teams move the ball on them. And this is something I probably should have mentioned in the strengths, but they'll give up the yards, but they also will take it away. Like that, yes, I think that's they're definitely opportunistic, and they did it against us. Like we had the 400-yard game, our first 400-yard game in 50 games against the Bengals. Fire Matt Canada, seemed like everything was working out for the offense, but we did get down to the red zone. Jalen Warren fumbled. Yeah, they'll go after the ball, so we got to take care of it.
Shoot, they won a playoff game off of that. Think about it, man.
Yeah, Mason, should do a better job of that than Mitch, I think.
Yeah.
We know Kenny's been keeping it clean. No, Mason.
And this game is at the crib because last time Mason got the chance to start in Cincinnati, remember, that didn't fare well. But this is at the crib, so this is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to watch for that. But, yeah, their second weakness, I'll say, they just give up a ton of yards. Yeah. Absolutely a ton of yards. And I'm with you, too, on their offensive line. Not that amazing. But, I mean, overall, the Bengals are a solid team.
They are, yeah.
They started to hit their stride after the first month. Once Burrow rocked the rust off.
Yeah, I was about to say, sheesh, boy.
That's a tongue twister right there. I wanted to say knock the rust off. There you go. That's where I messed it up.
I'm with you.
Rock the,
yeah. I didn't know where you was at, bro.
Yeah, that one was a little tongue twister there. Knock the rust off. After that first month, they were feeling themselves.
Yeah.
They were starting to find their identity. Lost it once. They lost Joe Burrow, but now have gotten it back to where Bengals are a good team. They're a legit team.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Now what?
All right. Let's a couple matchups real quick, and after that, man, we drop our predictions. Sound like a plan. All right. So y'all start dropping them score predictions in the chat now because once we get up out of this thing, we're going to be fast with it, all right? So, couple matchups, man. Number one, I'm looking at this T. Higgins and JPJ situation. That's going to be the one right there, man. We know no Jamar Chase, so JPJ going to have to put them Palminellis on T. Higgins, but this gonna be a legit test for JPJ, man. So I'm eager to see what he does in terms of how he responds. The next part, Jake Browning. I'm looking at him versus our DBs. Now I know we're gonna have a hodgepodge group back there. Like I said, no Minka, no Casey, no Keanu Neal, no Trenton Thompson, Elijah Riley questionable. Okay, so we're looking at an Eric Rowe, you're looking at a Patrick Peterson, you're looking at a Miles Killebrew. Okay, in terms of our corners, you're looking at JPJ, Levi Wallace, Shannon Sullivan, probably James Pierre, and you said Jalen Elliott. He did get bumped up. I'm thinking
Yeah, who knows?
potentially right. We're gonna find out, but not the typical cast of characters. It does not matter. You know what we need, and Browning will continue to put. He's gonna put some. He's gonna put the ball up there. He's gonna take some chances. We just got to capitalize on them opportunities, man. Make him wrong. Don't allow his receivers to make him right. After that, man, Joe Mixon, Landon Roberts, baby. You know this your game right here. I need you to thump him. You know how you do. This is definitely the one. You gonna match that energy. I ain't even tripping. I ain't even sweating that. After that, though, I'm looking at our interior offensive linemen, right? I'm talking Seyu Malu, Mason Cole, James Daniels. Running game specifically. Any defensive tackle not named BJ Hill, you got to win, bro. If it's Josh Tupou, he's number 68. You got to win against that one, man. If it's Jay Tufeli, he's number 97. You got to win against that one, man. All right. If it's number 95, I believe his name is Zach Carter. Got to win versus them dudes in the running game, man, because that's what has shown up on tape each and every game since DJ Reader has been out. So take advantage of that. They make it look like that. And then the last thing is for our offense line, our pass protection, specifically versus this double mug. One of the things that we struggled with a lot this season, and we were talking about even from the Colts game, them twists up front, man. Them pass rush games are really giving us some issues this season. And the Bengals, they do a lot of that type of stuff with the double mug. Everybody walked up. Look, figure out how y'all want to do it. We can overcomplicate it and try to match it up and guess who is what in terms of I want Jalen Warren on a DB. I want big bodies on big bodies. And that's fine, but you run the risk of confusing yourselves because clearly we keep getting confused. So you might have to just dumb it down and literally we're going to slide this whole thing and, hey, running back, you're going to take whoever the end man is. Now that end man can be Mike Hilton Blitzen. That end man can be Trey Hendrickson. Good luck. But what I don't want is the confusion and now we got free runners coming at Mason. That ain't good for business. You feel me? So that's why I said for us, it's pass rush protection or pass protection specifically versus their double mug look on pass rush situations, man. So yeah. But now it's time to go ahead and get ready to drop a little score prediction out, man. We're seeing some predictions come in the building. See what you got for us, Deke. What you got for us, baby? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Mason for Heisman.
Whoo! Right.
I had two predictions on the stream.
Let's go. Come on.
One was for if Kenny played. One was for if Mason played.
What was the outcomes in both?
Wins.
Okay.
Just different margins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, though? I'm going to give Mason some props. He knows he's the starter now.
Uh-huh.
Officially.
Okay.
Kenny's out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gives us 250 and 2.
Let him hang.
I think he does.
Let him hang, bro.
I think Pickens blocks good this game, too.
Let's go.
It's less about his receiving, it's more about his blocking this week.
Okay.
But I think he'll be fine catching the ball, too.
Okay.
I think he'll be Mason's primary target, actually. We saw that connection in the preseason a couple years ago. Defense, we're in a tough spot. I was
about to say, we getting a shutout or we on?
We are in a tough spot on defense. I can't even front. No Minka, no Casey. What's the deal with Neal? He's still out, too.
They say he's out. He's on IR, right? Yeah.
I just, hope if we win, we can get at least Neal back.
Yeah.
For
get
the
some
stretch run,
Yeah.
I think we will be stout in the run game. I don't think Mixon does much against us. He didn't do much against us in the first game.
This is also true.
So that leaves it on Browning. And he will toss a couple that are interceptable. We can get a turnover on. Question is, do we capitalize? We only got one in the first game. Could have had a couple more.
Yeah.
At home, I think the team's going to be a little too scared of the booze and are going to be playing with their hair on fire. And just we don't want to hear booze on Christmas. Essentially, we don't want to get snowballs being thrown at us, anything like that.
Us, man. Yeah, not on that day.
Yeah. So, I think we play good. I think we play good overall. I know I'm just kind of spitballing right here, but
all right. I'm with you though.
I think we get a turnover too. TJ does have a good game.
Okay.
TJ for sure.
Need that. Mandatory.
24-17.
I like
Steelers.
it. I like it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 24-17 Steelers. One time for the culture. All right. Well, for me, man, I don't actually know what to expect in terms of.
We might need you to predict the Steelers' loss.
No, don't. You should predict the Steelers' ass. Don't put that on me. You should predict that.
We might need you to do that. Because usually when you do that, we win.
You should have done that. You need to change it up. Every single time you've been picking us to win, we keep losing. So you switch it up, man. Yeah, don't put that on me. Put that on you. Yeah. For me, I'm saying if we're going to get up out of this thing, it's going to be one of them good old-fashioned nasty defenses, all right, where it's a weirdo game, and, yeah, make the turnover happen, all right? I don't know.
We just need to be at least bend but don't break on defense.
I have it 20-18 Steelers. All right, 20-18 Steelers. I don't know. I got my 5-5 on my hat. All right, it's on one of these this side. Yeah, I got my 5-5 on. All right, so I got my game hat. I'm ready to roll. Okay, I'm ready to roll. So that's what we on right now, man. All right, 20-18 Steelers take care of business. I don't care how it happens, just make it happen. Period. Yeah.
Honestly, we just need to stop giving up red zone touchdowns.
That too.
I'd be fine giving up some yards, but we need to lock in on the red zone.
Yeah. So, there you have it right there, baby.